Yolan True and welcome to another exciting day in our galaxy. And today I really want to talk about a topic that is in discussions very, very often, and that is the amount of stuff you nowadays have to do in the game, at least when you get beyond level 40, because then with all the new 40 plus stuff that was introduced, it's a really big task to get through all the grinds you have to do in the game. But before I go into that, I just want to say, if you're not a subscriber of my channel yet but do like my videos, then please do subscribe to my channel. And when you do, also click this little bell and all notifications so you'll be notified when another video comes up. But now let's have just a look at the basics where you start with, and that's the daily goals. And I didn't cash them in today because I quickly want to show when you're in the higher levels. Because in the beginning you start with a few of those daily goals and they get more and more already. And that is just what, from my opinion, everybody has to do every day, at least the big majority of those. You're not always able to do them all because you need some tokens or you need some resources to start those. But the majority you can do. And when you look at the amount I have to do every day, and I did this very early this morning to manage to have all this, then you know how much already this is. And this is just the smallest part of what you, in the sense of the game, have to do every day. You see there are still a few I didn't do today because some they are still in work, like Alliance Unity or the looter bonuses. I haven't used an exocomp yet. And the Actian Hunter and Actian Slayer I only do every second day because I need enough to sting 4 ships to do both, and so I always do it every 2 days. And the max fortification I don't regularly do. I keep that for the moments where I really need to max fortify ships, be it in territory takeovers or, for example, for Zindi Armadas from time to time. But all the other stuff is possible to do every day because it doesn't require certain materials, with one exception, and that's the Q trials I did today as well. I'm not always able to do them because of the amount of trial bells I need. But you see this amount, and only if I do a lot of those, I'm also able to cash in the chests on the top. You see that. That's why I'm exchanging those now while I'm talking, to see how many of those you need in the end to get all the chests that you see up there, because you want to get the full amount of rewards from that as well. You want to get your daily tokens for the 7-day chest, and you want to always do your 7-day chests to get the token for the 30-day chest. And so you have to do a lot of these already. And in my case now with the videos, this game is kind of switched from being part of my relaxing evening after all the serious stuff I have to do for other channels, and switched a little bit to be part of my job now, even if I don't make money with the 2 STFC channels because I have to invest all the money again. But that is something I promised to do, a daily video, and so I want to do that, and so I have to keep up with the game like this. But you see how long it already takes to cash in all the rewards from the daily goals I did. Talking about the daily goals, a quick thing in between, you see that I cash in all 3 factions at the moment. That is because I'm not intentionally working on reputation for one faction again. There are a lot of times where I only cash in those from one faction here because although I did them all, because I want to quickly build up reputation. That was, for example, when I went to my triple lock, where I am now again at the 15 billion triple lock. I always had to leave 2 factions out here and not cash in the rewards, although I managed to do them. But that would take down the reputation from the faction I'm working on at the moment. And so there will be times where it's quite a shame not to cash them in, although you can. But the good thing about this grind, at least, is that you don't have to fly into two different faction spaces. You have to go into one faction because of the general daily goals, where you have to hunt faction hostiles. This is the only one where the nice bonus you have after level 38 or Ops 38, when you did the research, that you can do your faction hunts all with shooting some freebooters. That's what I do nowadays, the same with the swarms. But there are 2 events in here, or 2 missions in here, where you have to hunt faction hostiles because the freebooters don't work there. But it at least that got to much less of a grind than it was in the beginning. With the Xbox faction from Ops 38, where you can hunt freebooters then for it, and the research then you can do to replace the faction grinding with freebooter grinding, and you can get 1 freebooter equals 10 faction hostiles. That was, of course, something that took a lot of work out of the game again. But from level 40, a lot of work comes in again. I mean, there are some where it comes in earlier already, but in the end, from level 40, it gets really mad. We can have a look in the factions first. If I want to do some augment stuff, I also have to, besides the daily goals I have to do, you see it here, if I want to have augment credits, I need to mine data with the Botany Bay. It's the same for the Rogue faction. For the exchanges here, the data to directives, I need to mine data. That comes on top of everything you've seen in the daily goals. Then for the Bajorans, I have to hunt Jemadar hostiles for the hostile exchange, because that gives me the currency to do the exchange here, to do more in the Bajoran faction. And at the same time, I have the solo armadas here that I have to do the loot exchanges. So that's a ton of work. For the Xborg, I have to go into Zindi space. I have to hunt Zindis, the reptilians. I have to hunt the wanted Zindi to get the bounty exchange, and you have to hunt the aquatics to do an exchange in the refineries where we go later. Then we have section 31. First, you have to do the normal waves to get the normal wave credits. Then you have to do the mirror universe waves to get the new Section 31 mirror credits. And that's at least 2 waves you have to do, and 2 successful waves if you want the credits. Then we go to the refinery. And the materials, you have to mine the materials every day to do that, not only for your daily goals, but also for the refinery. The same for the ship parts. You have to hunt ships to exchange ship parts here. Then we have the mirror universe to be able to do the exchanges here for the mirror refinery. You have to go for Trellium A and for Trellium D. For territory, it's a bit easier. You just have to mine, but you have to mine 3 different kinds of isogen if you have the territory where you can do that. Otherwise, you can only mine 1-star isogen. But that's another thing. Then we have something I still need to do. Again, it's the amalgam refinery. That's not every day, but at least in between you have to go, which I have to do again now too, out with the amalgam and get plundered cargo from shooting hostiles. Then we have the support refinery. I have to go again out with my Borg cube to get the technological distinctiveness to do the exchanges here. The other exchanges for the Titan you do with the daily goals. Then we have the Cerritos. Once a week you have to take part in this event to do the refinery here. Then we have the Discovery. Once a week you have to do an event to do the exchanges here. But the good one is this discovery event is easy. Either with the discovery or the Gorn eviscerator, you do 4 jumps with that, and then you are fine. But before you have the discovery, you have to hunt a lot of hostiles once a week again. Then for the resources, if you don't have the level 38 fun with the X-Borg yet, you have to grind a lot of swarms every day, once for your daily goals and once for the exchanges here. The good thing is that I have this research and it's done easily, but it is something much harder until you reach level 38. The Sigma resources are not a topic for me. You see, I must be Ops 61 to do that, but I'm looking forward to that, to do videos about the new stuff that came in while I was on this server, but there is more grind involved then. Then we have the Borg. You have to do Borg solo armadas. We have the Mega Cube event when I'm filming this, so tonight is day 3, so I will do more solo armadas then, because that's where it's worth it. But you have to also grind Borg hostiles to get the charged nanoprobes. I use the X-Borg faction from time to time to get the inert nanoprobes, and that saves me from hunting them. But still a grind, and you have to do the grind in other sections as well and try to find the assimilated Ferengi there for this exchange, which I haven't done in ages. You also have to do expansion cubes, which will be part of tonight as well, to get this exchange. Then we have the Latinum. You have to, depending on your level, either mine raw Latinum or mine concentrated Latinum, which I still have to do again as well for different exchanges. But here I would have to do it for both to do the Latinum exchanges. Then we have the Mantis. You have to go out regularly with your Mantis to get the Actian Venom to do all the exchanges here. I don't have to do that today because I did a little bit more yesterday, but it's still another thing to do. I'm not doing it with my Mantis anymore because I'm using a ship with a bigger cargo that is stronger anyway, but for a long time you have to do that with your Mantis. The command center is a bit easier. You get the exchanges via the Borg, but still you have to do the Borg. The artifacts you only have to take care here either if you have higher level temporal disruptors, and I need to make a video on that part as well, as I just realized, because that's new in the game for not so long, and you just need to exchange some artifacts here, which I still have to do when you get them on the higher levels and have to exchange them afterwards. But then we have the Voyager, and there I still have to do some things. You have to hunt Hirogen, you have to hunt species 8472, you have to mine anomalies. You see that I have to mine some normal anomalies now again, and the rare ones as well. Some people will now say, yeah, I know all this stuff, but there are a lot of people who are on lower levels that haven't seen this amount of what you have to do, and we talk about the consequences, of course, in this video as well, but I just want to give you an overview with this. Then we have the forbidden tech, and for this you have to do the Q trials we've seen in the daily goals. Then we have the Monovine, so you have to grind with the Monovine to do the exchanges here, and those exchanges here are lifesavers. If you're level 51 plus, then you are in real trouble again with par steel, tritanium and dilithium, but for this you have to grind with your Monovine. The good thing is, in the most cases, auto-leveling with the Monovine works, unless some, let's say, asses come by and destroy your auto-leveling ships, which I'm not a big fan of. It's not against rules of engagement on our server, but from my point of view, it's just a dick move. And so I don't do that unless somebody does it to me, and I just do a revenge kill. Then we have Isometer. On the one side, you have to go out with your Eviscerator to get the Apex Isometer. Then you have to go out with another ship to get the normal isometer. You see, you have to do some more as well because I couldn't do all 3 exchanges this morning. But once again, 2 different grinds with 2 ships usually, unless your eviscerator is so great and your research there is so great that you can do it just with that one. But for me at the moment it still is 2 different grinds. So it's 2 more grinds. And then we have the Enterprise NX-01, where you have, which I already mentioned in the Xbox faction, you have to go for the Xindi Reptilians, you have to go for the Xindi Aquatics to do all the exchanges here again. And you also have to go for the heavy Xindi Aquatics to have the chance to get those chips you need for the opportunity chests. Plus, and there we are with something that I'm not showing in a refinery or whatever, of course, the factions need reputation. And you see my best ones are the Klingons at the moment with 20 billion. You need to work on your reputation. And this is the best example, by the way, at the moment, why I'm saying sometimes you have to drop the rewards for one if you want to build up something, because the Federation is only on still around 15 billion, although I'm hunting Romulans for weeks now, because the Klingon events and missions that I cash in always put the Federation down to 15 billion. Tonight it will be back to 15 billion because of the daily events. But at the moment I'm not going for reputation. I'm going for credits because with the Klingons, although I'm only level 57, with the grinds, with the missions, the daily rewards and everything, I'm at the moment at, let's have a quick look, at 400 of 650 blueprints for the Rotaran. And that is what I'm going for at the moment. When I have the 650 blueprints, I will stop cashing in the Klingons, and then the Federation can go higher, because I don't want to reach the next level of the Klingons now, because I would have to hunt hostiles for my dailies that I cannot hunt anymore, because I'm not level 61 plus, so I don't want to be renowned soon with the Klingons. But that's why I dropped the Klingons for a bit when I reach the 650 blueprints. Until then I will do that, and then I will also bring the Federation to dignitary at 17 billion, because the rewards here, when you do the message exchange, are making a big jump compared between the level on 15 billion, you get not even half of what you get at 17 billion. That's why I want to bring the Federation there as well. But at the moment, the Klingons are far ahead with the blueprints for the epic ship, and so I'm finishing that first before I continue with the Federation. And you see, because on the Enterprise D I only have 170, and the Romulans are even further behind. So I will do the Klingons first, then I start with the Federation, and for that I will drop I will not do the Klingon events for a bit to get the Enterprise D, and then I'll do that, speed it up with the Romulans, and to get all the 3 epic ships in the end. But by just seeing, let me have a look on my system here. We have talked 18 minutes about the grinds. So I already needed 18 minutes to tell you what you regularly have to do in this game. And if you found out that I missed even something, then you know how much of a grind is there overall. And of course, I cannot do that every day. You've seen in some spaces that I cannot do the exchanges because I still need to hunt the hostiles. That is because I have to set priorities. I have a day job, even if it's YouTube. YouTube, some people might think you do one video, it goes viral, you're a star, and it's done in minutes, and you just do some quick videos on the way, and that's it. No, it's tons of work, especially if you're doing topics that I started with on YouTube, which are more serious. There you don't get the millions of subscribers, but they still require a lot of work. And even these videos here require a lot of work before and after filming. There's so much involved that a lot of people cannot imagine. So I'm working full day. Even if I'm working with a game, gaming is not the biggest part of my work in the day. So I have to fit it in somehow, and that's why I cannot do waves every day. I cannot do armadas every day. I cannot hunt all the hostiles I would need to as often as I could. And there was the question I already put in the thumbnail, how you can cope with it. So I really, in this case, would like a lot of opinions from viewers in the comments later to tell us how they cope with it, how they do that. There are a few people who can do everything every day, but please then let us know how you do that, because I can't, and many people I'm talking about can't, and I'm at least able to play a bit longer than other people I know, not only from my alliance, but it is really, really, really challenging. And what I do here is prioritizing. You've seen that certain things are not finished right now. I cannot do the exchange now. So for a few, I will do that maybe tonight, but tonight will be a lot of Borg Armada, so it will probably not work. But the Borg Armada event at least will give me some of the exchanges for the Borg solos, etc., or the expansion cubes. But then tomorrow I will have a look, can I do the Gorn, which I need. In both cases, I need Apex Isometer, I need normal Isometer or Volatile Isometer to exchange. So I'll try to do the Gorn. What I do every day is that as I said in the beginning, I try to do my dailies. At least the majority of them, so I can get my chests every week and every month. And so I get the rewards from there. There are some particles in there if I manage all chests every day that I need. And that's my priority, to do those. Only when I managed to do those, then I will see, do I have some time left to do one of the others? Do Hirogen, do Jamadar, do Gorn. In the evening, depending on the events that are going on, I see, can I do waves? I still need to do waves because I'm behind in the waves. I have 5 hours left to do 5 waves. The good thing is I will put that in between because of the battle pass, but in the worst case I just do them solo, and I can manage that. I've got enough directives to do that, and it's fine. But you see, you need to have to set priorities, and it's not a bad thing. You don't need to do everything every day, and that's basically why I did this video. You might not be the biggest player on the server. You anyway can only be that if you spend a lot of money. But everybody can play this game in its own speed. I always hear people, oh, I'm so small compared to that or that player. I never make it anywhere. It doesn't really matter. As long as you have fun with the game, and that's the point. It's a game, so you're supposed to have fun. Do it in your own pace. Don't compare yourself to others, but set priorities within the time you can do. Set your priorities. As I said, take the dailies first. Then there are the events for a battle pass, which are more important. And then all the refinery things and so on I've shown you, they are kind of the bonus for you. Do them if you have time, not when you have time. I really say if you have time. So just do what you can fit in, and don't be upset or whatever if there are things you cannot do. I missed 2 big rounds of Zindi Armadas recently because I was working when they did them. And so, yeah, that's life. I really hear a lot of these disappointments of people being upset, and that was one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about it in this video. And I really want to encourage you, just enjoy the game. Scopely is throwing in a few things that are making life hard for us. and that are annoying, like the lag that was coming in again. There are bugs over and over again, and crashings we talked about in these videos. But don't make yourself any problems with enjoying the game. That's not necessary. I do what I can. I'm happy about my my successes. If I manage stuff, if I can do the exchanges with the armadas, I have to do those. I forgot a little bit because the exchanges are there as well, and I didn't mention that. You see, there are a lot of armadas where I cannot do exchanges at the moment because I don't have time to do them. So I'm always happy when I find the time for an hour or two to do some armadas with members of my alliance and earn a little stash of those credits, because some of them have a long cooldown time, so I can do a number of exchanges after the cooldown times if I once find the time. I was exchanging for a few weeks now with what I did on one day a few weeks ago. But I don't feel bad or something because I cannot immediately exchange those rare armadas again when the cooldown time is over. Well, yeah, I didn't manage to do rare armadas in between. So what? So don't give yourself a hard time. Enjoy the game. Enjoy what you can do. There's so much stuff in here still that's fun. That's why I'm still playing, and that's why I'm still doing the videos. If I would start to hate that game, I would stop playing, no matter of the channels. As I said, those channels are not the ones I'm making money with, because I have to invest everything again. So I could stop making those videos today, and it's not a problem if I would not like the game anymore and wouldn't want to play anymore. But I still want to do. I'm happy about my successes, as low as they are. You saw, I'm doing really well with the Klingon blueprints, but for that I need Op 60 to build that. I just want to get the blueprints now, but it doesn't matter to me if I need a long time to get to the next level. I'm sitting on this part where I'm right now for a bit just because of that. I still need loads of material just to go to Ops 58. First of all, I wouldn't do it now anyway. I would wait for the next recruit event. But you see how far I am away from starting the upgrade even. But I'm not going to buy that. Material is nothing that I think one should buy too often, except you can afford a lot. There are more important things like... If you want to spend money, there's the normal battle pass, the elite path. There's ships from time to time. There's certain forbidden text that you could think about, but I'm not buying materials. And so I will wait until I manage in-game to get the amounts here. I will wait until I can open the treasury again. I'm about 1 or 2 months away from opening that one again. And then, in time, will happen. I'm speeding things up. I tried a lot to get to 61 faster, but I will not exaggerate that either. I will only want to get there because I want to make videos about the new stuff that comes in from that moment on, with the Sigma resources and everything else. But I'm not desperate to do so. So this will take a bit, and I can't change it. So I will have the patience, and I'll enjoy the rest of the game, what I can do on my level. And so please, as I said earlier, please let me know how you cope with all the different grinds. Are you doing it like me with prioritizing? Can you manage to do that all the time? Then please let us know how you do that. And if you have some advice for people that might get upset because they compare them to others, which I think is wrong. You should play in your own time. Then please write it in the comments as well. And if you want to see another video right now, the next one is right here in the end screen. I'll see you there. I'll be back.